Hi all. Right, back with more D-Day at Tarawa. This is my part 4. So the following day, I know I left things kind of in the, well, we're close to the end, but it was a bad place to kind of leave things. But it went on a bit longer than I thought. It was late at night, the video was an hour and a half long. And then I had just some sort of doubt when we drew this extra depth marker for the close combat, so I thought I'd leave it. I did go and pop the question out there, basically explaining what happened, and you know, and putting down, I assume this gets set aside to be used after the combat, and then this will also get set aside to be used after the combat. We'll do them individually and carry after the close combat's finished. And Martin basically just came back and said, yeah, sounds good to him. So yeah, there's not any kind of dodges round about the fact that these have already had a depth marker. I mean, because it's not there anymore, is it? So the second one's going to come along and do the same. It might aid us with dealing with this unit again better, but yeah, because the reinforce was unfortunate. Well, all we needed to do was draw the hit from the first card when he missed, and that would have been that done with, dealt with. But anyway, so yeah, so I'll carry on and get this finished off. A couple other things I want to mention. One thing, I was watching back a little on this, and well, we've resolved this one, haven't we? That was a close combat there. But what I like to do, and I'll do in future, is place a little green cube from where the US units came from. Or if it happens to be, can Japanese units do it? Maybe tank units. Anyway, I'll place, see this one here for instance. I want to say it probably came from that hex. Can't remember that one actually, so there you go. It might have been that side. So I like to place that, because if he has to fall, if we withdraw, actually I think withdraw gives you an option, does it not? I don't think withdraw takes you back into the hex, well, necessarily takes you back into the hex that you came from. However, if it's by exhaustion, and if the Japanese still have the unit there, then we have to go back to the hex that we started the combat from. I know this one was, this one was from there. Yeah, because I wouldn't have went in there, because that's intense yellow. So I would have tried to avoid that, I think. Well, that's quite interesting actually. I must have got lucky with that. I definitely wasn't in that hex though, because that's where this would land to. I must have got a shift left on that result when we landed with the engineers. So that was quite lucky. Because you're better in that hex than that one. This has got steady blue and intense yellow, and this has got steady blue and steady brown, so anyway, yeah, so I would, I'm not quite sure where this one was, so I'm reluctant to put a cube down. Well, going by his landing, yeah, it looks like it would be there, wouldn't it? I mean, I suppose I could have been there and drifted one though, and ended up there. What was it? Well, it's engineers. I placed them all in the middle, didn't I? I placed them all in the middle, so yeah. So he would either be here or here, and obviously if he was here, he couldn't do this close combat. So that must have been where he was. Yeah, and we don't need the other one because the other one's resolved. Right, okay, let's get this one finished off then. So these are going to get set aside and be dealt with individually. So we were just carrying out the reinforce, and that's when we drew the tactical reinforced chit. We drew an extra card for the Japanese. Now we've got to resolve the combat, the actual fire, which was blue, and it is blue that it's happening on. So we lose a card and we lose a step. So I'm going to take the step off of this guy here. I don't want to look at the card, but I'm putting it up in the discard pile. So it was blue. Right. So now it is. That would go. That's now done with as well. But he's still got another card. So it's back to us now. Now all we need is blue. Okay, so no close combat event, but we do have the blue, so that card gets discarded. Technically, I suppose this card would be discarded, but it's stop being used. So I'm going to eliminate, I'm going to destroy this guy. I suppose it does at the moment. It does say discard the card. So let's discard that one, and then eliminate the unit. Now I'm going to have to check because he's elite. So I think if we had killed him in combat, he would go up here because there's a chance some of them will come back. Now we've got 2 cards left, so I'm just going to put them back on top. We have not looked at them or anything. And let's find out about this elite unit. Yeah, okay, that is actually the rules for the close combat. It says place elite units eliminated in close combat in the eliminated units box, where we put it. Remove all non-elite Japanese units eliminated in close combat from play. So we've done that. However, I think when they are eliminated in normal combat, it's slightly different. I'm looking at my wee chart there, I'm seeing this bit here, and this is where US attack results. Japanese defeated. If defeated unit is from 7SS, NL or 3S, BD, and in communication, place it face down Japanese reserve box. That's a Japanese reserve box. So that's why you need to watch, because they can just keep coming back. Yeah, if it is from 111P, 4FC, if they've got their markings on them, they will have that one that we just destroyed is an elite one. So if that was, if we were attacking that and it was in communication, which it would have been there, it would actually go placed face down in the reserve units box rather than eliminated. However, with close combat, it's that does go in the eliminated units box. And if you come across the ones, which I'm guessing that one was elite, so these are probably the non-elite ones. So if they get attacked, they don't get removed from the game, they go in the eliminated units box. But we have removed 2 from the game, and that's because we close combated them and they were not elite. Okay, so good stuff. Right, so we now need to put these guys back, and they have succeeded in that combat. I can take that away, I can take that away. Alright, maybe not showing you that. That's where the combat occurred. I will notice this is an intense brown, so, but you know what, you can't go through this game avoiding these hexes. You've got to just get on that. And remember, these are disrupted. I should turn them like that, although this is the end of the phase anyway. Drop that cube. So, and then now we've got to resolve these 2. Okay, so one at a time. And this was the hex that occurred then. So let's work that one out. I think we possibly read through this last night. So, Japanese reinforcement unit enters play when you reveal depth marker, reading tactical reinforcement. When this happens, immediately conduct the following. So, remove the depth marker from play. Like I say, we're going to do one completely, and then we're going to do the other one. I'm pretty sure that's how it should be. So, remove depth marker from play. Draw a unit from the Japanese reserve pool. So I'm going to do that. Now, there's only 4 of them. So we've got this unit from the reserve pool, and place it in the unoccupied inland position hex nearest to the position from which you removed the depth marker. If 2 or more inland positions are equidistant, place the reserve in the position closest to US unit. Still equidistant, place the reinforcement in the lower numbered position, then the lower letter position. Okay, so inland position, right? Right, so it happened here. I want to say that's probably our target, E10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Was the second one closest, eh? No, it's the nearest to the position that you moved it from, Grant. Yeah, it's not. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually no, E10. E10. I was starting to think I was looking at this. E10 is 4 hexes away. It is closest inland position that's available. Okay, so that is going to go there. That resolves one of our tactical reinforcements, and these now will get discarded as well. I think I'm supposed to put them in there. Right, and then now we've got this other one to resolve. So again, from there, we're going to draw another a reserve unit, and right, it might be D17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 away. However, D9 there is inland. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually 5 away. Yeah, I'd rather not have that one, but I think it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. E9 here is right. Something's happened here. Look, things are moving about. How are they? I don't know what's happening. That should be in there, clearly. Let's hope that one's in there. Yeah, it's marked with a C, so... I don't know why stuff's moving about, to be honest. Okay, right, well that wasn't an option. E11's the closest, and that is an inland position actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away though. It's going to be that D9, and I'll tell you why I don't like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's going to be D9 then. So he goes in there, and that takes away that other tactical reinforcement depth marker. Right, and yeah. So we've got one more to finish. I'll tell you why I don't like that. Because I was questioning this hex, the firing in this hex yesterday, and I thought last night, I was watching back on it, the footage, and I thought, I wonder if that has been errata, if there is something out there, because it's not in, I don't think it was in the errata. Did I scour it properly? I know I looked for, it's hex 1118, and it's position D5, so... I guess as I would see either 1118 somewhere or D5 if it had been picked up. I don't think it has. And interestingly, the question was brought up by Kurt when he was, I'm assuming, when he was doing his playthrough video, or maybe even just playing at the game without that. And he asked the question, why has this got blue steady fire? Should it have blue steady fire? Etc. And again, I think he had checked the errata and not noticed it in the errata as well. So he had the same question as me, and it was thought of by the guys that responded. Now, there was no authority response. John Butterfield didn't respond. Martin didn't respond, who's one that you would probably take authority from, that you would probably take his answer. I've challenged a couple of them in the past, but usually I've ended up having to say, okay, sorry, you're right after all, because I didn't read things properly or something. Anyway, there was just, I'm not saying the guys that responded, didn't know what they were talking about, but there was no, oh yeah, that should be blah, blah, blah. But it was suggested that it probably should be purple, and coming from this, and I think that is the case, because if you work the things out, and, well, if any of you have attempted Iwo Jima, D-Day at Iwo Jima, they didn't put the little dots on, and it was explained on how you actually calculate, how you work them out. Now you'll see that that's only got steady fire in that hex, that's got intense into that. I want to maybe say this is because this is an open hex. But when you get intense fire into one hex, it should spread to another hex. But then, see, that's intense. Yeah, that's because I think that's because that's a clear hex. That's why it's doubly intense that way. This, out this direction, this is intense, but you'll see this is steady, and that's because there's palm trees in here, I think. So going this way, you've got intense, because this is clear, and then you've got palm trees, steady. Intense, but there's nothing in here. That one just goes steady. So I'm not I'm not 100% sure, but I tend to agree that this should be purple. You know what? I might pop that question back out there, linking the question that Kurt had, because it didn't really get the full treatment. Be curious to know if the new version, the mounted map, had maybe picked up on that. But surely that would be shown in a RA if they'd known about it. I think it's maybe just slipped by. And like I say, Kurt's question wasn't. John Butterfield generally comes along eventually to clear things up if there's any doubt, but I wasn't picked up on that, so there's something a bit odd about it anyway. I think it probably should be a steady purple, and that's why I was saying about this getting put here is not going to be good, because now we've got 2 in the purple and possibly firing it there. So I might actually have to find out for sure, because if purple fires, I'm going to feel like this should be a target, but... Oh, well, hang on, Grant. You've still got to resolve this close combat first. Right, so let's... there was one other thing. One other thing I wanted... I might as well just chat about that quickly. Now, let's see, it's 6.4, 6.3, somewhere about there. 6.34. 6.34. I was right in a way, 3 and a 4. Cell limitation. A given new US unit may not lose more than one step in a single Japanese fire phase, even if hit by fire from multiple Japanese positions, exception 30.2M, which is the tank multiple fire thing, I think. So I talked about this last night as well, and I says, oh, right, it must just be that's it. Whereas it changes up in the Omaha game to they can take more hits. They can only take one hit from a position, but they could take more than one. They could take more than one hit from multiple positions. However, that was when the extended game kicked in. So then I started thinking last night. I thought, Grant, could that not be the same? Because the rules for extended game sort of add to it, and they don't sort of kick in until they don't show you the rules until here and what changes up. So this is on page 27. So extended turns. So beginning with turn 11, timescale shifts from 30 minutes to 1 hour per turn, affecting several game functions. So initially I thought, right, it's going to be here, but looking through this, it's not actually here, but you need to look a bit deeper. So you're going to get 2 event card draws come turn 11. The number of US units a Japanese position may hit when firing is increased by 1. So if they've got a unit and a depth marker, they get a +1 to that, so they'd be able to hit three different things. The units may move up to 3 hits per turn on land and in water, so instead of that 2. You may eliminate a Japanese unit as depth marker in a single US attack. That's dependent on what results you get. US artillery units may conduct barrage action. US headquarters units may establish command posts to increase the range of their command. Engineer units with support capability generate support markers, which may be expended to establish a garrison, remove disruption from a US unit, give a free action to a US unit, or provide a weapon wildcard in a US attack. So there are all the things that change up, and I thought, right, there's no mention there about the US units taking extra fire, but yeah, it is here. Which I kind of think maybe would have been nice to have added in that summary at the beginning there. Anyway, the number of US units that may be hit by Japanese position or position group is increased by 1. So this is the bit that is added. So for example, a lone unit firing may hit 2 units, while a position group with 2 units and 1 depth marker may hit 4 units. This increase does not apply to mortar or artillery fire. And then this bit, a US unit may lose more than 1 step in a single Japanese fire phase when hit by fire from more than 1 Japanese position. The limits of 6.34 do not apply in the extended game. That's the rule that we just read there. However, a US unit may lose no more than 1 step by fire from a single position or position group in a single phase, and then there is that exception regarding the tank multi-fire. So it does change up. Come turn 11, our units can take more than 1 hit per fire phase. So But that's not till turn 11, so at the moment they can only take the one. Okay. Right, so let's get this final close combat sorted out. I'll take my action marker away, so don't need that. We'll bring all this down, we'll mark the battle hex. You can see it's blue again. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. And then there's our 2 units, and then his unit. Okay, so we're going to... I do quite like the way that close combat bit's set out on the flip book though, just to look at it. Right, so we're going to draw 4 cards and then +1, 4 for the steps and then +1 for the flamethrower. What's this? I wanted to look at that actually. Yeah, it's engineering unit with a flamethrower, because I just remembered we were talking last night about the fact that these heavy weapons infantry units. They have an additional flamethrower, but it does just say engineer units with flamethrower, so they wouldn't give you the +1. Well, they wouldn't, because it's not an engineer. So, right, so I'm going to draw 5 cards for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put that one back. Right, and actually, when is it? Is this, when do you shuffle? You check for shuffle at the end of turn, right? Okay. And then for them, well, we need to, to be honest, I should have revealed the unit again first, but it doesn't matter, that's not going to change how many cards we're getting. So let's see what he's got. Oh, well, that's a really good one to be going in on, isn't it? Well, the problem is he's elite, he's going to go, well, no, that is good, because he's not going to go in the reserves. Right, hopefully we can take this guy out then. Because he's not getting in an extra, is he? He's not got CC. He's not got a strength of 4, but he's got a strength of 3. That was a really good one. Yeah, because I remember that first one we turned up had 0 strength, and I thought, oh, that's a bit dull. But that one's much better to be... Well, assuming we take it out. But we've got 5 cards. So, as long as he doesn't get any of that reinforced stuff again, that's the event we do not want to see, for him anyway. So... He's not attacking, he's not got 4+ strength, it's not CC, he's not a tank, he's not a knight, he's getting 1 card. There we go. Right, so let's do it. So we're going to draw his, he is going to go first. And the attack colour, the fire colour is blue. He's not disrupted, so he's just going to fire. Damn it. Right, well, no event, but he does hit us. So that goes away. The good thing is he's not getting another card. We are losing a card. Oh, and it was blue. You can't help but look at it, because you're putting it in the discard pile. And I'm going to take a step loss from this guy. Now, we are going to have now be able to flip 4 cards. And as long as the events don't mess things up for me, and I get blue within the 4 cards, then we're golden. Right, so here we go. Right, first card, perfect. So a lot of blue going about. Yeah, no event again, and we get the result we wanted. So I'll put these cards we haven't used, I'll put these back on top. And we get the hit on that guy. He's not got a depth marker, so he's going to go over here as well in the Japanese eliminated units box, because he's elite. These now go back in where the combat took place. I can take both of them away. Oops. And mark him disrupted. And give him a wee tilt as well, so that we know that we, you know, if I'd went away just now and not come back till tomorrow or something, we'd come back thinking, you know, if I'd left it like that, we'd come back thinking, oh right, we're right at the end of the phase, I can remove this disruption. Well, you know, I can't do that, and that's why that signifies that he's had an action and he's still disrupted. So, well, I think that went pretty well. We lost a step from one unit there, a step from one unit there. We were able to choose which one it was, so so we've kept our flamethrowers. Don't know if the flamethrower's on the other side of the actual... Yeah, I suppose that's quite curious to know that one now. Flamethrower in the back of that, does it still have the flamethrower? It does, yeah. It keeps both its weapons, actually. Well, that one did, anyway. Right, did I put the one on the top? Probably should put it like that. Just so... I mean, I would check the X anyway to see the strength, but just in case, we'll put the one at the top just to remind us. Okay, so that's all close combat done. That was at the end of the action phase we were going to do that. So now we move on to the end, the turn phase, which we discard the drawn cards and then we check for shuffle. And I'll also realign my units, you know, just tilt these back so that we're ready to go for the next turn. Okay? Right, and the check for reshuffle is if it's clear that the discard pile's more than the draw pile. Isn't that? Discard pile clears more cards, shuffle the discards back in the deck, and then move the turn marker one turn ahead. So we'll do that, move the phase marker back to here, move the turn marker on to turn 2. Oh yeah, I was going to say why have we no units to land, but they're all in the beach landing boxes. And I'll get the deck shuffled. And you can see because of the close combat we cycled through a lot more cards there. And I mean, in Omaha we would not be shuffling the deck right now. In fact, what is saying Omaha, is it not a different procedure for shuffling? Is there not a certain step? I said it's a game turn, isn't it? It gets to a game turn and tells you to shuffle the deck. Pretty sure in the rules though it would say that if you run out of your deck then you would just have to shuffle it back up. But... Right, so just have a reshuffle here while I'm boiling away. So yeah, about to move on to turn 2. So I think I'll just push on. We kind of lost sync there. You know, it's always nice to start a part in my recording and get right through a turn and then stop, but I should have been able to do that last night, but it just got a bit hectic near the end. I noticed I was blathering a bit, looking over things and yeah, talking about stuff that I probably didn't need to speak about, but anyway, I've got a little more time just now, just to finish a part here, and I'll hopefully get back later for another part, at least because I'm going away for work tomorrow, an overnight stay in Derby for my rules. They take you down there, they've got a simulator that you go in and they throw all things up at you. Things happening. I'm a train driver, by the way, if anybody's interested. So we go down to Derby once a year to go over the things that you don't maybe experience when you're out there driving the train, and they've got a simulator and it's just like the cab of your train, and it's really quite good, I suppose. But I never look forward to going down there. It's not a great place, to be honest, Derby either. Anyway, that's not anything to do with things here. Well, I suppose I was mentioning that because I'm not going to get to play tomorrow or the next day because I'll be travelling back up on the Monday. So, okay. Right, actually, I just want a quick pause just now. I thought I'd have just done a quick look, see if I could find any more, maybe confirmation of this D5. You know, in the blue fire. The only other bit I found was some guy had created a new version of the map and was showing it off, and somebody commented about D5 and the fact that was that not a mistake and should have been purple, and the guy did reply that yes, that was a known error, but I think it's just not being clarified. It's not been sort of... John Butterfield's not come along and said, look, that should be purple instead of blue. But I think I'm going to have to take it as being purple, because I think that's what it should be, rather than me pop out another question. Or should I? No, I'm just going to leave it. I'll leave it in the video here, and if anybody wants to mention anything about it, then they can. But I'm going to treat it as purple, right? Because there's no point in it being blue, and it looks like it is meant to be purple, because purple should, I think, fire into that hex. Yeah, because I mean, if you see the purple fire goes there and then steady fire into them palm trees, so it should go intense and then steady fire into there. Well, mind you, that is a building. That is a fortified building. Does that matter, Grant? Are you saying that if this was a fortified building, it would just go intense and then it wouldn't fire into that at all? Maybe. It's possible, because why is this not intense, you know? Because this is building, so this is steady fire. Maybe that's getting me wondering now, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I think I will maybe ask a question. Right, I was just typing my question out here to come along and have a look, just to make sure what this is. It's fortified building. However, my argument doesn't really stand here, because red is firing intense into there and steady into there. So surely purple should be firing intense into there and steady into there. Yeah. Maybe I don't need this question after all. Okay, I was halfway through typing the question, so I thought why not? Why not put it out there anyway? Although I amended things a little bit, because it does look... I was going to talk about the fact this was fortified, but like I've just said, if red can go into here, purple should be able to. So pretty sure I'm going to get that. This is surprising it's not been sort of clarified completely, you know, for sure. It's obviously came up after John Butterfield done his latest clarification, but remember, what did I say that was, 6 years ago or something? Yeah, 7 years ago, yeah. Right, anyway, let's push on. We'll treat, if we don't hear any, I'm going to treat it as purple, because I feel like that's what it should be. Right, so we're going to start. This is a new turn, we're on turn 2. Right, so we've got another 6 units to land. We had 9 the last time, yeah. We've got 1, 2, bring them all in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 full strength LVTs and one half strength. So out of the 9, so we lost 3. So yeah, somebody's not going to be able to get in here. Ah, yuck. That sucks. Yeah, that does. So I suppose we're going to I'm going to get the heavy weapons units in first, for sure. I've got 2 more. So what one would I not? I mean, the Bird's Beaky area here has got quite a lot going on, so maybe I should just let this guy wade. Because there's nothing really doing over here, so maybe I should give them these. And yeah, I mean, I can't do anything with this single one, because it can only transport 2 points, and we've got 4 strength. So pretty sure I'm screwed there. 1 reduced LVT transports a maximum of 2 steps. Right, so well, hang on. Do we need to move this guy off the reef even? That would be something to check. I know it means it's delaying it till next turn, and what am I getting? See, I'm only getting 2 HQ units in next turn, so I would like to think I would have the LVTs to be able to, but I don't know if I can leave that there or not, to be honest. You'll need to have a look. Yeah, 5.21 says every unit not transported by an LVT must be moved into a hex closer to a beach hex than the hex it occupies. Yeah, that is talking about after wading ashore though, but see, because you can get the result, the reef result, which says the units remain in the beach approach hex. And pretty sure Omaha Beach allowed you to not land a unit if you didn't want to. I think. Maybe making stories up there. Yeah. Wading ashore in step 3, Move every unit in a water hex 2 hexes in a direction that takes the unit closer to beach hex. Enter a beach hex if possible. Yeah, I know I mentioned wrongly that I says this guy could go any way he wanted, but no, he's got to go to the closest beach hex, which is probably this one here. So he's got to head towards that. He's 4 away from that. See, that's not a beach hex. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is, but it's 5 hexes away. So he's got to head. That's why 1, 2, 3. He could go here or here, but he's got to head to one of them. Do not move units that were transported by an LVT in the current AOP. Water hexes include open water, beach approach hexes, and water hexes include open water, beach approach hexes, and any hex with part of a pier structure or marine wreck. That's still not talking about the reef that we start from. But then the next row, every unit not transported by an LVT must be moved and must be moved closer to I understand that that's meaning these, but is it meaning this guy that's on the reef? I think I maybe like to find... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that must have been asked, so I'm going to have a little look, I think. Right, I do need to wait. Martin confirmed that against a question asked back in 2022, but I think it's been confirmed by John Butterfield elsewhere. And he does reference rule 5.21 and 5.22, I think, which is the one that I said. Yeah, I kind of thought that. I did think that was the case, but I was just hopeful, I suppose. So he's going to have to just start moving in. Yeah, as he is. Well, that's in a different step, though, isn't it? And that's in step 3, so we're not going to deal with him until then. Right, okay, let's draw landing. So landing check. We're going to check for drift for this guy. Is that right? Yeah. So checking for drift only. So he's going to drift 1 left. So he comes across. That goes away. And now, fingers crossed. Right, so we lose a step. Oh man, come on. We lose a step. The LVT's eliminated. We lose a step. And we're ending up in the water. That's a cruel game. So it is. It's a cruel game. I think this is one of the parts of this game that maybe put some folk off. I want to say Pello was much simpler and less brutal, I think. And I don't think Omaha Beach was anything as bad as this, really, for disappointing feelings when you're drawing certain cards. I mean, that isn't the water, so I've still got 3 steps on my unit. Right, so he's staying in the water as well, so we're going to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So we're going to end up there. So it's not too bad, it's quite close. But remember, I need to tilt him because I don't want me. I can't start wading with him because he did get some. He got one last use of that LVT before it blew up. Yeah, okay, well, that's how it goes, Grant. Right, just get on with it. Right, so we're going to skip by this guy just now because we're not at the wading shore part. But so next one, this is not a heavy one, heavy weapons. Right, checking for drift. There is no drift. And the big one. Okay, that's good, although it's inland 1. Right, so everything intact inland 1. So I'll take the LVT away. And where are we? That's the beach. No, we're going in there. That's, well, you know what? I'm saying that's fine. It's not really. It's an intense brown and blue. So there's things moving about again. I noticed I gave the sort of plexi a bit of a clean up, and I'd put a bit of polish or whatever it was on it, and I made it a bit slidey, which was maybe not that clever. Right, so he goes right down there. That's his beach hex, and then inland 1. So he's not involved with close combat. And to be honest, I'd probably prefer that he just had been. You know, I'd probably prefer he just went in on that guy. Yeah, it'd been better if he was coming down that row. Because then he would have went inland 1 on top of him, I think. Anyway. Right, that's that one done. So on to the next. Now this will be one of the heavy weapons, is it? Yeah. Right, so checking for drift. There is not any. And come on. Right, LVT's taking a hit. It's water again. However, the unit's full strength. The LVT takes a step loss, so I'll flip that over and I'll put that away. And we're ending in the water. Oh, yuck. So it's there. Not great. Right, last one, checking for drift. He's going to drift one left. Okay, and then the important part. Okay, it's another step loss to the LVT. The unit's okay. So again, I'll take this, flip it over. Right, did I miss that one? I must have just missed them. Right, I don't like this, but because the results would have been different. But I'm just going to go back to it. I don't know how I missed it. I think it was it was just after I'd done that one, I skipped on by that. Right, okay, I'll come back and do it. So this guy's in the water, right? Let's resolve this. The LVT took a hit. The unit's fine. And I'm going to inland one. Yeah, I'm starting to look at it and saying, right, what would have happened? Should I go back? Grant. You know what, I could maybe just cut that little bit of the video out and reset that, because I'm annoyed I've missed this, because you're meant to do them in that order. I'm going to have to go back. Right, I've reset things there. Whether I might cut that little bit of video out or not, I might not. I feel like I need to go back and do this properly. I'm not quite sure of the outcome, if it's going to be any better for me or not. We were on the last one there. But I completely missed that guy out. So I've just put the cards back on top and I've reset. We've got our LVTs. That's the only LVT we've got left is a one step, which we can't put to use. So again, let's go back to this guy. And these were alright. I was going to just leave these, but so that is a drift one left for that guy. So he drifts, and then he ends up in the water, doesn't he? And then so he loses a step. The LVT is destroyed, and he ends up in the water. Put that away. So the water is left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So he's into that hex there. So that was the same. Right, and we can't land that guy. Because he's... whether that's the reason I jumped over that, I don't know why. But we can't do that guy. We can do this guy. So he's next. So he has no drift. And then he goes inland one, doesn't he? So he's all good inland one. So LVT's fine. And then he goes inland one from there, which is, there's his beach hex, and there's his inland one. Like I say, it's not the best spot, that. Right, so what happened to this is now, what should have happened to this? So, let's see, I can't quite remember what it was. So, right, so no drift. And then... yeah, it's water again, isn't it? So the LVT takes a step loss. The unit's fine. And it ends in the water. That's not too bad. That's a wee bit further up, actually. So he goes to there. And I'll just tilt him that way to say he's been transported in. So now this will be different here for this guy. We get drift one left. Right, and I don't know if we've seen this next card or not, to be honest. I think that's maybe as far as I go. Right, so drift one left for him, and then it's... yeah, I think we did see that. So the unit's good, LVT takes a step loss. There's another one down to 1. And he's going inland 1. Well, that's fine as well. So he's going right in there. There's his beach hex. There's his inland 1. Which is steady brown, red and blue. Well, we're occupying blue, so yeah, that wasn't too bad. Maybe that was a slightly better result for us there, but I felt like I had to go back because it does say you might do them in that order. Yeah, at first I was going to sort of say, oh, look, I'll just do that one out of place, which I'm sure a lot of you would have just done. But anyway, I like to do it right. So, right, let's get this final, guys. So, drift-wise, there's no drift. Come on, let's get a successful. Oh, that's horrible. No. So, LVT takes a step loss. I could have done with finishing in style there. And the units reduced to 2 steps. So I'm going to have to find his replacement car. G28 is here. That's why if you set them, if you lay them out at first, it's much easier. I remember Kurt telling me that one back when he done his videos, and I thought that's a good idea, that Kurt. So G28 has been reduced to 2 steps, so that's another catastrophic loss unit. That's just got 3 there. But whether you can, I'm not quite sure what we had. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 landed in the first turn, didn't we? And we're getting another 6 in this turn, so we should have 12. There's 3 of them. Yeah, and you know what? As long as we've got a 3-step unit out there, like I've said. So, and not only that, he's going inland 1. Oh man. Oh well, I'll tell you what, he's right on top of that disrupted unit. Might be good. The fact he's disrupted means we're going to get the first shot. So, yeah, he has inland 1, so his beach hex is there, and then he's going right in there. So, we are going to have close combat in there. Right, that was the last one, but, well, we've got to wade ashore. However, we do have to do this first. Now, I'm going to mark that as the hex that he came in from on the beach. Sorry, that one even, Grant, the right hex. But I'm not sure if that counts when they come in with the LVTs. We're firing in brown, so that's where the close combat is. Right, so slightly different situation here. We've only got 2 steps. We're not an engineer with a flamethrower, and the good thing about this one, well, he's not got 4 strength as well, which is good, and he's disrupted, so it does mean that he's going to pass to me to start with. However, the bad thing is we need to hit him twice, and we're only getting 2 cards. So let me just double check this. Right, so we reveal all Japanese units and depth markers, well they're all revealed. We draw cards. I get 1 for each step. I don't have an engineer with a flamethrower. I don't have a hero. So I'm only getting 2 cards for my 2 steps. Now he is getting 1 for the unit, 1 for the depth marker. He's not got any, he's not attacking, he's not got 4 strength, he's not got CC, no tank, no knight. So he's getting 2 cards as well. We want the first card of ours to be really good. So then it moves on, and because the question is in step 3 here is, are the Japanese units disrupted? And if they are, we remove the disruption marker and we skip ahead to the US card reveal. Else then they would draw the card first. So that's the first step. That's coming off. Which is he's probably going to get disrupted. Well, I think, yeah, he'll end up disrupted at the end, won't he? Right, so we need to make this work and hope for the best that they don't make theirs work. So we were firing in brown. Yeah, so we need brown on the card, and if any event, make it good. We do get brown, we get CC reinforce. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm hopeful that the rules are, because this has changed a couple of times. Because I even had to score it off the flipbook here, the bit that says and no hit, because it used to say that is that not the bit that was changed in the rule book though, Grant? I feel like it's been changed a couple of times, this, or was changed and needed clarification or something. Where are the reinforce? This is from my rule book. Add a card to the Japanese card. No, sorry. If this event occurs during a US card play, and the card has a hit, the hit and the reinforce event offset each other. Treat the card as no event, and then it says a no hit, but that's been scored out. But the bit in the flip book says, if during a year's card play and the card has a hit, treat the card as no event. And then it did say and no hit, but I've scored that out from my flip book here. And I think that's because this, but then my take on this was done after this. So the clarification here is, yeah, maybe that just got put down wrong in that flip book, because reinforced close combat event correction. If the US side reveals this card, treat the reinforcement event as no event. It doesn't say that the hit doesn't count still. So, I mean, reinforce isn't going to happen. They're not going to get depth, or, well, they've already got depth actually. They're not going to get an extra card, because that's, if they're drawn it, yes, they would have. But we're in that little bit where, I mean, it's just saying to ignore the event. It's not saying to ignore the actual fire. And that was clarified, because the rule book used to say, and I'm going to double check in the new rule book again. I'm sure I looked at it last night. Where am I going here? It's up there. The second bit with the bullet. If this event occurs during US card play and the card has a hit, the hit and the reinforced event offset each other. Treat the card as no event, no hit. So it used to be kind of good, but I think they wanted to make that. They thought that was a little bit unfair to the US. So I think what they've done is you treat it as no event, but you still carry out the hit. If there's fire that matches on the card, then that still goes ahead. Just going to double check what it says in the rule book. It might word it exactly the same as what it says there. Okay, yeah, I mean, it simply just says, if it is drawn for the US, you treat it as no event. And to me, that means that it's just no event. It doesn't affect the colour of the fire card. It doesn't say that you don't get the fire. And that's what it used to do, though. It was like, you offset that with that, so you don't get that. You don't get the fire and you don't get anything with that. That's what the rule used to be. So, a bit better for us here, so we get a result. I'm certainly taking that way, so let me know if you think that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. So, we ignore that. We, however, do not ignore that. We hit them. Now they have a depth marker, so if it's got a depth marker, oh yeah, we get rid of his card as well. Let's eliminate a depth marker and discard the Japanese pile top card. Right, so we're eliminating that. So I'm going to put back in there. And we're going to discard that top card. I mean, it's going face up, so I can't avoid looking at it. Oh, it was blue. And the US withdrawal hat on it as well. Okay, so, and then that card's done. Right, so can we survive this? Because we've only got one card left, so if... Oh no, it's not blue I'm looking for, is it? It's brown. Did I get the wrong colour? You did, you divvy. Put that back. Oh, you clown. There was that much blue going on. No. Sorry, no, I'm right. That was their card. Right? What a mess I'm making of things. That's the card we drew. And I looked at the blue though, didn't I? I was talking about it being blue. The fire is in brown. There it's there. It's brown. So, I'm okay. We did hit them. We got rid of the depth marker. And we discard the top card. And as I was putting that away, I didn't show you it, but I said, oh, it was blue as well. But it's not blue we're looking for, it's brown. So that didn't really help us because, well, I suppose the odds are now slightly higher that this could be brown. So now it is their turn, so they're going to flip this, and well, if they get a hit, it's going to be a stalemate. So we don't want brown. Oh, we get, that's a very similar card to what they just had. So yes, withdrawal hit is only if we are withdrawn. We are not withdrawn. He has not got brown. He misses. Can we take this on? Can we finish this guy off? One card left. Come on, give me brown. Yes. How about that? Wow. So no no depth marker left. He's only on his own. Now he's just a normal. He's not an elite unit, so he's removed from play. That card goes away with no cards to this card. He's got nothing left. Wow, that was a result. So we stay in this hex, and we're disrupted. I thought I'd made a complete mess of that as well, and I thought we were in all sorts of trouble, but it went our way there for sure. And he came, well, that's where he came in from, but that doesn't matter. Excellent. Right, good stuff. Right, I'm noticing we're creeping up in an hour here. What do you know? So we've got to wade in with this guy, and then this guy's in the water as well. So just checking the wade. I think it's just 2 hexes closer, isn't it? Wade ashore, must move all units that are in the water. We're not transported by an LET in step 2. Units move 2 hexes. Well, after turn 11, it's 3 hexes. Closer to a beach hex, entering it if possible. Okay, so like I say, this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go there or there. I'm just wondering, he's in a zone that's firing. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of got to go there, and then I'm going to be in a zone that's only firing 3 colours. Because could I? Well, actually, I think that's in the same zone, because you can see the green line. These are all. That's where the green arc is. So everything that's going to fire green, and the red bit comes out from there. You know, right around like that. It's quite difficult to work it all out, but I mean these colours. Sometimes you got to watch for these. I don't think there's been any mention of these. Well, being errated, although there was something. I think it was just on the map corrections. X1538 should have a red steady fire dot. I want to see I might have tried to use a pen and do these. Hex 1538. Where is it? Yeah, I'm looking over here because I think it's over here. 15. It's that one there. Yeah, I have. Look, not very good, but I've done a red circle. Well, if you can call that a circle, that's not filled in. So because that should have a steady fire dot. 1732 should have a purple steady fire dot. 173. Is that all that there? I've not filled that one in then. Oh, I think I did. Look, it's just come off. That one should have a purple. I do have some coloured Sharpies about, so I'll try and maybe. Right, we'll just need to keep an eye on that one. And then 2336 position ID should read A14. Ooh, 2336. Ah, it must be one of them two, because look, they're both showing A12. 2336. It's that one there. So that should be A14. Ah, we're a wee bit away from that anyway. Right, let's get these guys wading ashore then. So he's going to... Yeah, I don't think I can move... Well, I've already said it doesn't matter, Grant. So he's moving into there. And then... This guy's... Yeah, he's just moving into there, and that's that. Okay, so that's all the movement. So I can set these back like that. And just tilted them like that, so I knew that they had an action in the actual amphibious phase. And yeah, okay, so moving on, we are going to get an event this time, but we're going to have to wait until the next part for that. I do need to go and get my dogs taken out for a walk, I think. But I will be back later for some more of this, yeah, starting to get in the swing of it now. I was, like I think I said yesterday, just kind of froze and thought, do I really know what I'm doing here? And some of it's coming back to me, and yeah, I dare say I'm going to make some blunders, but, and again, strategically, I do not like try and follow what I'm doing. I just want to play by the rules, really, and enjoy myself. Okay, I'll be back later on. Cheers.